Hello! Welcome back. It is once again time for Final Fantasy XIV. Last we left off, we beat Endwalker! Woo! We averted the end of the world. Happy times. That's why we dancing. Hi. And, yeah, so we beat Endwalker, and now it's time for post-Endwalker. There are 47 quests here between us and Dawntrail. So, got a lot to do. I have completed the tank role quest line for Endwalker. So we've at least completed one of them. And I've gotten Ninja to level 62 now? Yeah, level 62. Not much, but it's something. And it looks like we're almost a third of the way to 63 as well. So, another leveling roulette duty or two. You know, daily leveling roulette, that is. Another 1 or 2 of those, and I should be level 63, which means I could then do my level 63 job quest. But yeah, got a ways to go for Ninja. I would like to get it to 90, but I don't think we're gonna be getting it to 90 that quickly. Because I'm definitely gonna want to play Viper. Viper's looking pretty cool. But anyways. Shit, let me just have a look. What if I mean, maybe it's not quite the right time. Well, why not? We'll go with this look for a bit. We'll go with this look for a little bit. Sup, Tataru? Tataru is putting on a pot of tea and looks in need of company. Oh yes, also, we've decided to, at least officially speaking, disband the Scions. So, as far as the rest of the world is concerned, the Scions is no longer a full-on organization that is out here doing things here and there and has their own agenda or whatever. And instead, we're just kind of splitting up. We're still keeping in touch here and there. And if something big happens, you know, we've got each other's backs, for sure. But we'll just kind of split up, do our own thing, helping out the little person here and there. But we're not doing any big organizational stuff. We're going to leave that to the Grand Company of Eorzea. Let them handle all that stuff. And we're just going to go back to our roots of being in the shadows. And of course, Tataru's going to keep up our... I mean, this is still going to be our, like, main base, but it's going to have a front of Tataru's new clothing business. So...
Ginacia, how lovely to see you! If you're not in too much of a rush, I was about to make a pot of tea. Would you like a cup? Sure. Take a seat then, and I'll find us something to nibble on as well.
And so our various Scion friends went to various regions of the world, and they're doing stuff, but... And that's what they've been doing between the end of Endwalker and 6.1. But now we start 6.1. Also, there was a little, like, teaser cutscene at the end of Endwalker.
It's so much quieter these days without everyone around.
Yeah, there's a teaser cutscene of some guy in, it looked like he was in... I can't remember the name of the place. But that place where we went to the past. That place. Looked like he was there. Not sure what he's all about. Or they. I don't know. They. I should say they. We don't know their gender yet. And they appeared masculine in nature, but who knows? Who knows, especially with Final Fantasy.
Not that I'm pining for your return, you understand. I have my sources, and I know that each and every one of you is doing well and keeping busy with your endeavors.
Yup. I've been keeping busy these
Meanwhile,
past
I'm left with a
5
surplus of
in-game
free
minutes.
time and the question of how to make the most of it. What about you? Any plans for the immediate future?
Chillin'. Straight chillin'. Brand new adventure. I'm still mumbling it over.
I hope you weren't thinking of asking me for advice. Though if you are open to suggestions, I might have one for you.
Yeah?
You fought bravely and selflessly, helping those in need and saving our star from unimaginable threats.
Mm-hmm.
For your deeds, you've been hailed as the champion of Eorzea and a host of other incredible things. But why not put those titles aside for a while? Acquit yourself as a simple adventurer again, and travel the world in search of wonder.
Well, it's kind of difficult to search for wonder when I've been to every unlockable area. But sure. Who knows what mysteries are still waiting to be discovered? But where to start?
Oh, with so many exciting places to choose from, it's hard to narrow it down. But I believe I have the perfect destination in mind.
Huh?
Thavnair. That's where you should go next.
Yeah.
I doubt you were able to squeeze in a proper tour of Radzat the last time you were there. What with the burning skies and rampaging monsters and so forth. And I'm sure Vritra would be pleased to see you. Then there's the bounty itself. The Empire's presence in the region was always a deterrent to exploration. So if you've a mind to sail that sea, now's your chance. Just think of all the new experiences you could have.
Just think.
Tell me, have you been to the ruins beneath the waters of the Bounty?
Oh yeah, he did say that, didn't he?
As the bearer of Azem's crystal, you may consider your duty to see at least that much.
Ruins beneath the bounty, huh?
Oh, I know that look. That's an adventurer ready to take on the world.
Yeah.
In anticipation of an occasion like this, I was planning to gift you a new set of traveling clothes, but it's still a work in progress.
It's the reward for this quest, isn't it? That
Shouldn't take much
reward.
longer now, though, so sit tight and I'll have the last few bits sewn up before you can finish another cup of tea.
Make sure it has pockets! Pockets! Also, I love you, Tataru, but what do you do?
Stitch in here and trim in there.
That's not clothes.
Threads with love and care.
Mm-hmm. That's a sheep.
Just a little more to go. I'm sure you're still brimming with excitement.
Tataru, that's a sheep. You're... that's not clothes.
I am one with the needle. See how the fabric surrenders to my whims.
Yeah.
Don't worry. I'll make sure the lining has plenty of pockets for all your little treasures. I swear adventurers are worse than children when it comes to hoarding every feather and leaf and animal hide they come across.
Shut up! Leave me alone! I need everything! What if I need it? Huh? Leave me alone, Tataru!
Oh, we mustn't forget the waterproofing. Gods forbid you forget to disrobe before plunging into the sea, or a river, or a piping hot bath.
Uh-oh.
I am returned.
Who are? Who is? What? Newfound adventure.
Ah, you're awake.
Yeah. Sure took your time. You said you were almost done with those clothes.
My apologies. I do get a little carried away with my sewing. You seem awfully cheerful. Pleasant dream? Or are you just looking forward to the next chapter of your grand saga?
Hang on, there's something going on with my eye. I'll be right back. I'm back.
Either way, I promise to provide you with new apparel, and so I shall. If you'll accompany me to the Diamond Forge, we can put the finishing touches on your outfit. Shall we?
Yeah. Let's do it. The Diamond Forge, huh? The quest that just started is go and talk to Tataru at the Diamond Forge. That's it. Okay. Alright then. Rowena's House of Spence. Diamond Forge.
Observe as the artiste refines her piece into a masterpiece. And no napping this time. I only need a moment. You'll see. A little more room in the shoulders. Open up the cuff. Final adjustment to the hem. All done. Let's see how it looks on the mannequin.
Oh, that looks lovely.
Well, what do you think? Doesn't it just scream, ready for a bold new adventure?
Yeah, that looks nice.
I'm so glad you approve.
You've outdone yourself, Tataru. Thank you.
Oh, stop. You'll make me blush. If you really want to thank me, though, all I ask is that you wear this on your travels. Or at least anywhere lots of adventurers might gather. They'll look at you, a famous hero, and wonder, wherever did she purchase those stylish yet practical garments? And before you know it, hordes of new customers will be climbing over each other to place orders at Taru's boutique.
Free promotion.
I can hear it now, the merry clink clink of gill overflowing from my coffers. Sweet music to my ears.
That's a really lovely looking necklace. We got a earring as well. Though I can't really, well I could. Technically, but because the earring that I'm currently wearing is a higher level than, I'm pretty sure, I mean almost certainly higher level than that earring, I can't overwrite it with a lower level earring. I don't think you can. Or is it higher level that you can't overwrite with a lower level? I don't know.
Ahem. Burgeoning market or merchant empires aside, you must be excited to start a fresh chapter of your life. New places to go, new people to meet. I often wonder how you remember all of your experiences and exploits without taking at least a few notes.
Yeah, I remember definitely all of the things.
Oh, maybe you should start doing just that. You never know when some odd past detail might become relevant. Or if one day you'll take a blow to the head and forget the better part of the past decade. Something to keep in mind, in any case.
Yeah, kind of a little late to be taking notes, Tataru, but yeah. Collection expanded, the unending codex. Ooh, that's a lot. Tataru Taro, scion of the 7th Dawn Coinkeeper. The scions of the 7th Dawn. The final days. Oh boy, those are the notes I have, huh? The Unending Codex is now available under under collection in the duty section of the main menu. New entries for prominent terms and characters will be added to the codex as you progress through the main scenario quests. Bro, I'm like 300-400 hours in, and now you give me this codex? That feels like something that you should have, like, way back. Like, at least Heavensward. You know? Okay, already got that. I gotta sell this too. We've got these. Let's just move these over so we've got enough room for them all in one place. And I'm gonna grab others. Wait, it's cashmere. Is that? No. Where is it? Where's Tataru's thing? These are level 1. Surely, Tataru's new outfit came with pants, right? Right? No? Hey Tataru? Hey Tataru? No pants? What? What is this? Yeah. What else? Get those out of here for sure. These, I feel like I've already got in my armory chest, or not armory, glamour chest, but just in case. So many rings. Well, I wonder. Yeah, I guess I should equip a couple of these. Are both of my rings the same? Yeah. More strength, more vitality. I lose skill speed. And tenacity as well with this one. What about this one? It still has tenacity. But I lose skill speed for determination. That's okay, I guess. Let's see about this stuff as well. That's not enough of an upgrade to lose that much skill speed though. I like moving fast. Okay. It's a thing I like to do. Obviously, oh yeah, no, this is level 1. That's right. It's technically a level 1 item, level 560, but it's level 1 earring, and you can't overwrite or glamour an item with a higher level item. So if you got a level 1 earring thing, you cannot overwrite it with a level 70 earring. However, since this is also level 1, I should be able to overwrite it if I wanted to. wonder if you'd even be able to see this one. Nope. Alright. But, this one. It looks decent. It looks a little... I don't know. This one, there's a bit more of a separation between the choker and the necklace that comes with the shirt. And the colors, you know, with this being silver and this being kind of bone white with some gray, a little bit of blue, and that blue, it kind of goes together-ish. Whereas this one's green and brown with some, like, brass, which doesn't quite go together. And they're really close, but they're also kind of nested. At the very least, it should go with this bit. I suppose we could design the new Tataru outfit. Just look at that ring, dude. Look at that ring. What? It's got wings. Tataru has some advice to share with you.
As the former receptionist and sometimes intelligence gatherer of the Scions, allow me to offer you a word of advice. Do not expect juicy rumors to simply fall into your lap. Adventurers rely on gossip, and the best places to pick up information are taverns and markets. At present, you only have a broad destination in mind. When you arrive in Thavnir, I suggest you explore your options at Merid's Mayan, the finest drinking establishment in Radzatan. Charm the employees, and they'll not only point you in the direction of the local tale tellers, but also share with you the tricks for loosening their tongues. Now, I really must be getting back to running my boutique. Enjoy the journey, Genasia, and may fair fortune find you.
Many thanks, Tataru. Alright, let's first go to an inn. Or some such. After castle. Put together this Tataru outfit. But seriously, Tataru, did she not give me any tabard, necklace, ear cuff? No, that was trying on. You obtain tabard, gloves, boots, ear cuff, necklace. No pants. Okay, Tataru, sure. No pants for this outfit. Okay, how are you guys doing? 4 minutes, okay. Dresser. Gosh, things to throw in here. These. Manor field dressing. Yeah, I do have exactly that same thing. That's what I thought. Alright. Now, which climber plate to replace? Well, I guess I've already got the blue one, so I could replace this one. Alright. Body. Wayfarer's tabard. I know it's got a little bit of like almost a skirt-ish, but that's more of like the bottom of a tunic. You still need pants. Tataru. Just wandering around pantsless. That's what she thinks I should do. Like, where's my pants? What's wild is the outfit this necklace comes with hides the necklace. You can't see it. Alright, there's the full Wayfarer. It is interesting. It's got two different gloves. Though, it's an odd decision to have this full glove here and then the like small, like more just wrapping over here on the left hand. I guess maybe it's more designed for a paladin? I don't know, because it just seems an odd decision to do that at all. Because like, for Bard, you're going to be using a bow and arrow, and archers would have more of a full glove on their left hand and less glove on their right hand, so that they can actually like use the bowstring and have the dexterity to do that and actually feel the... But both sides are fingerless, so they've at least got that. But you've got like no forearm protection for like the strings maybe slapping against your forearm. So it's not great for a archer bard. But like, what is it for? I mean, I guess with Paladin you're gonna have a shield there, and so you're gonna want to have the space to actually like be able to put the shield on, and then the shield's gonna provide all the protection that you need for that arm. So you don't need like a full gauntlet. But then it's like not great for just about everything else. It's also interesting because like, I mean, you'd have more maneuverability and stuff, which I would assume would be for you'd do for your dominant hand, because you're going to be doing things with that hand. Most people are right-handed, and at least from what I can see of our Warrior of Light, they are right-handed. When you're a paladin, you've got the sword in your right hand. Any of the magic wielders that use a staff or similar weaponry use it in their right hand. When you're a bard, you're holding the bow with your left hand, drawing with your right. Samurai, I believe, have the right hand on top, which would be your dominant hand. Same with Dark Knight. Gunbreaker holds the sword in their right hand. Same with Red Mage, sword right hand. I'm just saying, it's an odd choice to even make them different at all, and then to choose the right hand to be the most gloved of the two. Alright, you know, I'm gonna put some pants on here though. Let's see. Figure out which pants look best. Those look nice. They got a little design on the side. Otherwise they're not, you know, and they're not like taking too much, like drawing the eye straight to the pants or something, like being real flashy. Like if you did this, it'd be like, whoa, very red pants. That one's not too bad. Actually, those look pretty decent. Although this bit that hangs down in front looks a little odd. If it were on top, it'd be pretty neat, but having it be underneath looks a little odd. I might just go with this. Check. It's not too bad. Yeah, I think I'll go with that. Alright. And I guess for you, Tataru, I will even wear it right now. There you go. It's not quite my style, but we'll... Gotta completely retrain my guys because they decided to completely change the black market crackdown requirements. It used to be mostly tactical with some mental and really low physical. And then it switched to being high physical, low tactical, middling mental. And so I have to completely retrain everybody, which takes multiple hours. It's a stupid system. Terrible system. You only get 3 trainings per day as well. I hate it. Anyways, off we go to Thavner, Razatan. And we'll save that other outfit I put on for later. What is this? Waiting for you with word of a new facility. Interesting. Curious. There's probably a... Yeah, there's a Ethernet thing that I could have used. Oh well. Get some time to listen to this bopping tunes. Melil!
Welcome to Marid's Mehan. Oh, hello. I did not recognize you at first. Are you here alone? Let me find you a table. Ruins beneath the bounty? Should be speaking of the sunken treasure vault? We have one regular, a historian in fact, who could tell you all about it.
Look at them dancers go.
Ah, there he is. Professor Jalene. I thought I saw him come in. Although a somewhat private sort, the professor is quick to befriend those who share his fondness for the Mehan's unique beverages. I offer him any drinks from our selection, and he should happily share everything he knows about the vault you seek, and a few other odd bits besides. Whatever you buy from him is on the house, by the way. If Merid found out I took coin from Thavner's savior, she would have me scrubbing pots for a week.
Well, if it's on the house, how could I say no? Yes? The following event cannot be skipped. You may want to cancel. Yeah. We're good. And what may I do for you, my Eorzean friend? Hello? Just blocking up behind me? Oh, just a friendly chat. How about a drink? Well, I certainly wouldn't say no to a drink freely offered.
Here we are, one of Mareed's finest. Enjoy.
Ah, lovely. Bottoms up. Darlene empties the cup in a single pull. Just downs it. That was very kind of you, miss. But I know when I'm being softened up. What is it that you want from me? The sunken vault. Aha! Chasing down that old tale, are you? It does seem to appeal to the adventurous at heart. Now, where to begin? Might I assume you've heard of Alzadal? He was Khan of the Ori tribe, which sailed to Thavnair from the mainland, and a key figure in the history of Radzatan. His decision to aid the Arkasodara is what ultimately won them the war against the Gajasura, thus allowing our predecessors to lay the foundation for this thriving city-state. The truly fascinating stories, however, concern his grandson, Alzadal III, who was known for his deeds as satrap in Razatan's earlier days. Some attest that this man traveled to another world entirely, and returned with glittering riches. Others, that he brokered an alliance with a certain worm of the first brood. Then there is the tale of the sunken vault, the one you seem most curious about. According to this legend, Alzadal III claimed a small island somewhere in the middle of the bounty. There he built a structure reaching clear to the bottom of the sea, a deep and secret storehouse, and locked all his worldly wealth within. In the centuries since, whenever a natural disaster or hardship befell Radzatan, folk would remember that tale of hidden treasure. Hearty souls would set out to claim their fortune, but precious few ever made it home. Would you like to hear more? Apologies. I have a slight tickle in my cup appears to be empty. Huh. Miliel, another round for the professor. I see we've reached an understanding. You're a sharp-worn adventurer. It was hardly subtle.
Another for the professor.
Don't
Today was a splendid day to visit the Mayhan.
Yep. Jalheen gulps down his newest drink with gusto.
Where were we? Ah! Yes, those who did return from seeking the treasure vault refused, flatly refused, to speak of what they saw. Did this discourage others? Nay, quite the opposite. Such accounts only serve to feed the legend. And the golden lure grew stronger than ever before. That reminds me of something Azama was saying. Azama's a fellow connoisseur of spiritus potables. Yes, he is. Anyway, he was saying that one of his acquaintances went after the treasure himself. Hasn't been seen since he set sail. I hear, but he did have... I can't say no more. You seem a generous sort. What kind of man would I be to encourage what is clearly a foolhardy quest? If my words sent you to your death, I could never live with myself.
I'm no stranger to peril.
Is that so? Perhaps it's your turn to tell a tale, then. What manner of dangers have you faced?
Well,
Very edge of existence? From anyone else, I'd struggle to believe it. But I recognize you now. You're the hero of the final days. A drink! I need another drink to settle my nerves. Milil, more of the same, if you please.
As you wish. But this one is on your coin, Professor.
Jalheen drains yet another cup dry. My good sir. My good sir.
Anyway, being who you are, I suppose, it wouldn't hurt to share a little more. This friend of Azam's, he was desperate to buy a treasure map, one which showed the way to the entrance of the vault. She could only get it from some merchant. What's his name? Forget it. Let's drink. A toast to you, my new best friend. Million more drinks.
How about some water? How about some water instead? Wink. Wink. Your drink, sir.
Marvelous. I'm parched.
Jalheen gulps down the cup of water.
That was water. Did you tell me to bring... Did you tell her to bring me water? Still, that's probably for the best. Very kind of you, really. My head will certainly thank you in the morning. Ah, I seem to have overindulged. I am put in mind of the words of Master Shalzan. Beware of how much drink you swallow, lest it swallow you. Forgive me. I will subject you to no more of these unseemly antics. If you want to speak with Azama, well, as I said, we share a taste for the Mayans' fine spirits. He probably came in as we were talking. I was so fortunate in finding your fortune.
You appear to have learned all that Jalheen has to share regarding the Undersea Vault. To find out more, you will need to locate a man by the name of Azama. Indeed. I believe it's this man right here, with the name Azama above his head. Yes, I am Azama. And who might you be? All true, I'm afraid. My friend took a ship out in search of Al-Zadal's legacy, and I've been watching for his sails ever since. I tried to dissuade him, of course, but he refused to listen. All he could talk about was finding that vault. And that look in his eyes. I knew it wasn't common gold or jewels he lusted after. He was hunting Al-Zadal III's otherworldly hoard, and his ambition would not be denied. I see it in you, too, that appetite for the mysterious and the unknown. But I'll not attempt to turn you from your path. I know too well the futility of that endeavor. Sir, what are these things on your gauntlet? So I will tell you what my friend told me. How he convinced a merchant in the bazaar to give him the rough location of the vault's entrance. It seems this merchant, one Zashal, I believe, is selling a map which shows the exact route. But my friend's purse was too light for its exorbitant price. With what meager wealth he had, he instead paid to learn that there are ruins on a small island somewhere in the Bounty, and within those ruins hides the path to the vault deep below. If you truly intend on seeking Al-Zadal's treasure, I suggest you put your affairs in order. I wish things were different, but I do not believe my friend is ever coming home. I see.
Please, Zashal, please! You must let me have that treasure map!
Sir.
What's all this about?
My mother and father were slaughtered by monsters. My baby sister, still too young to fend for herself. Can you spare us no kindness?
Dude, these unnamed characters getting voices all of a sudden.
So, you hope to find your fortune? And what? You expect me to surrender my wares for pity's sake?
Also, kid, there ain't no way, even if you had that map, that you could actually find the fortune and get away unscathed. Like,
What
you
are
would
you to offer
die.
in payment?
You don't even have a weapon.
As I thought. Come back when you've more than rags to your name. This is no mere treasure map.
It is a guide to the vaults of Arzadal III, one of the great satraps of Radzat Han, and a direct descendant of Alzadal Khan.
A map to Alzadal's legacy.
So he says. A fake, I'd wager.
This is no fake. The parchment is marked with an arcane glyph of passage. You may find the ruins hidden in the bounty, but you won't be setting foot inside without this in your possession. A priceless artifact it is, discovered amongst the rubble in the aftermath of the final days, and lovingly restored by yours truly.
Uh-huh. Happened to be found during
This
the rubble.
map is the key to fabulous
in the rubble.
riches, and I'll be the king of fools to simply give it away. Be glad I am no such king, boy. Your scrawny-eyed would never return with that treasure alive.
Yeah. You're right, but you don't have to rub it in his face.
Oh, cruel fate! Why must you tempt me with wealth I am powerless to claim?
Fate's got nothing to do... Like, you sought this out yourself.
How I shall envy the one who purchases that precious map. Whatever they pay will be but pittance against the golden hoard they stand to
Now,
uncover.
wait a minute here. This is a ploy. You're in on it. Hold on a second. Kid. Hello, Estinian. Estinian, no.
What of you, sir? Fighting man of your stature would surely relish the challenge of recovering Alzadal's lost fortune.
Estinian, no. No, no, please. Please tell me you've learned since last time not to just spend coin just because a merchant says, oh yeah, this is what it's worth.
A fortune, you say?
Please don't fall for it, Estinian.
If I had but the strength to seize that treasure, my starving sister would never want for food.
Do you even have a sister?
I'll take it. Will this cover the price?
Estinian, no! You fell for it
Well
again.
met, my friend.
My friend, you are not good with money.
Someone is dressed for adventure.
You like?
Why Favner of all places? Knowing you, I suspect there's more to your plans than sightseeing and shopping.
Well, just so happens.
Ruins beneath the bounty. Curious. And here I've acquired a map to just such a site.
If it's real. Not too sure about its authenticity, my guy.
With that sale, I do believe I've earned the rest of the day off. Thank you for your patronage, sir, but if you'll excuse me.
With that sale, I'm gone. Goodbye.
You need to remind us.
We should probably keep our eye on him, though.
And now I fleece one of the heroes of the final days. Pray the sisters were looking elsewhere.
Uh-huh. You sure did. And that kid helped you. And now that kid's feeling bad.
This map may or may not be genuine. Either way, we'll need a ship to find out for sure.
It's not genuine. It very much isn't. Look at that. Just a red circle. Never took you for a treasure hunter.
Lest you misunderstand, I seek the treasure not for myself.
For the boy who was lying?
If such a fortune truly exists, then it could help ease the struggles of those who lost their loved ones in the final days.
Yeah. Many people, not just the one kid.
I hope to do for Thavnir what you and Alphino did for the Alamegans when you recovered the Mad King's trove. Come now. You know Alphino needs little encouragement when it comes to recounting the tales of your shared exploits.
Uh-huh.
Speaking of precocious lads, that boy in the bazaar was clearly an accomplice of the merchant.
Thank goodness you did pick up on that. I wasn't completely sure you had. But yeah.
Suppose his role was to draw the attention of the crowd and add weight to the merchant's bold claims.
And to make those with a kind heart go, oh no, this poor kid. I'll buy the map, and I'll find the treasure for the kid. For him and his sister, his starving sister. Yeah.
Transparent act for the most part. It was not all mummery. The need to provide for his sister rang true enough.
Okay, so he does...
Thus, if
seemingly does
some
have a
portion of the profits end up in that waif's pockets, then I will consider it money well spent. Whether the map leads us to the vault or not. You are coming along, yes?
Yeah? You just giving me the map? Naturally.
I thought as much.
I mean,
now, let's see about securing a vessel.
Yeah. I mean, I'm headed for the vault anyway. Might as well join in with you. Securing a vessel, huh? Couldn't we just ring up our good friend Sid? Just be like, hey, need a ship. Real quick. In fact, the Scions have our own... Estinian has been added to the Codex. That's right, I just now met Estinian for the first time! Oh.
You will recall I spoke of visiting Thavnir at Frictra's request. Well, he finally invited me to a feast, and made his proposal once I was too full of Hanish delights to refuse. He wishes me to train the Radiant Host in lance work. But that is a tale for another time. What we need now is a merchant, or a trawler with a ship fit for the open seas. Matsya is a fisherman by trade, yes? We should head to Akyali and see if he can help us.
I guess. Or we could literally ring up Sid or Tataru and be like, hey, can we borrow the Scions airship? And fly on over? Now, since we may be fighting, maybe who of us to, look at the actual gear that I'm wearing. Let me apply this. Since we may be fighting. Switch to some battle gear. Pull up onto Midgardsormr. Let's been a while, and we're teaming up with this Stinian, so... And it fits with my current outfit. You know what I wonder? Actions and traits. Just wondering if there's a way to like remove and reapply my my helmet with like an action bar item or action bar command. Just hide and display, hide/display headgear. Group pose? Oh, interesting. Anyways, I don't think there's anything in here for it. We get draw weapon, sheath weapon, we get the visor. Well, maybe there's a way to macro it. I don't know. Where are macros? I'd have to know what the code would have to be. Well, maybe I'll look into that later. Ah, and see, even a Stinian suited up.
My friends, what brings you to our humble village? So you need a seaworthy vessel to seek these ruins? Considering it was your deeds which allowed us to return to fishing, I should think everyone would be glad for a chance to repay the favor. Wait here. I will have a boat stocked and ready for you in no time at all. Have you noticed our little shadow? He's been following us since we left the city. We see you there, boy. Show yourself. Ah, it is you. Do you know how far out of the way we walked so that you'd not cross paths with some wild beast? I'm sorry, sir, but aren't you the heroes who saved Thavnir? You are. I know you are. And I've gone and cheated you. I work with Zajal. You see, the map merchant.
It's my job to play the pleading orphan and convince the crowd his words are worth the price he asks. I'm ashamed of what I've done and beg for your forgiveness. If not for you, my sister and I would never have... Well, we'd be...
Enough. I knew your game, and I paid the price willingly. A fortunate purchase, as it turns out. For my friend here was seeking those very ruins.
You are kind to overlook the wrong I have done you. But there is more you need to know. The map you bought is very real, as is the island it shows. I overheard Zashal selling the information to another customer. He told that man where he needed to search about the ruins, about the vault, about everything. Then the man sailed out to find his fortune, never to return. You cannot go alone to that place. You should have your friends with you, maybe even a whole army.
I do not doubt the ruins hold danger, but I assure you, between the two of us, there is little we cannot overcome.
Please, I cannot bear the thought of...
Kid, I fought God. Now you've gone and made him cry. We might need a hand moving trash. Now you've gone and made him cry. Look what you did, Anastasia. Oh, I can't believe you.
I did not. That was not my intention. No, very well. Assuming we do find this treasure hoard, it may prove wise to have more hands along for the carrying. Any ideas on whom to approach? The Scions have scattered far and wide since our last gathering.
Y'shtola. Just Y'shtola. That's it. That's all we need. 3 of us, we're good. You got Thancred Urianger, Alphinaud Alisaie, G'raha Tia Krile, Y'shtola. My immediate thought is Thancred and Urianger. I mean, first of all, Thancred is a tank and Urianger is a healer. And since, well, no, because I'm a tank and he's a deep, so we would really need a healer and a DPS. In which case, Alphinaud and Alisaie would be the choice. Then there's G'raha and Krile. G'raha is a switch, but Krile doesn't have a class at all. And G'raha's been begging me to take him on adventures. I'll say G'raha and Krile.
Aye, Krile may have her hands full rebuilding the students, but if you reach out to G'raha, he would surely leap at the invitation. Will that set your mind at ease?
Yes. If that man is as strong as you. Is he though? Strong, I mean?
Yeah. What is your name, boy?
Marad, sir.
Well, Marad, your life is yours to live as you will, but I suggest you find a more honest trade if you truly wish to keep your sister safe.
I'm not proud of what I do, but what choice do I have? We need to eat, and everyone's too busy rebuilding their own lives to bother with two grubby orphans.
Wait, boy. I didn't take this roundabout road just to see you end up in some creature's belly. Let me walk you back to the city gates.
Thank you, sir.
Call me Estinian.
As he looks off to the distance, being all cool.
I shall leave you to recruit Graha. He'll appreciate the invitation that much more. He'll appreciate the invitation that much more, I'm sure. As I recall, he was based at the Annex. Someone there ought to be able to point you in the right direction. Let us be off too, Murad. Do me a favor and don't stray from the path.
Huh. Well then, off we go to Old Sharlayan. Ba, 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 da, da, da. Kimishiji, what are you all about? Nods at you as if she was expecting your arrival. The crystal from beyond. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. That image, that looks like the guy from the little teaser cutscene we got at the end of Endwalker. May have to look into that. But for right now, Graha.
Oh, look who it is! Welcome back, Janasia. What might the students do for you? Graha? Yes, he's in the main hall with Mistress Cryle. They've been holed up in there for days. By all means, go and give them an excuse to take a break.
Hey, Graha, want to go on a treasure hunt? You're welcome too, Cryle, if you want to come along.
Ah, Ojika, my good man.
Graha? Have you had your ears checked recently? Because you hear the clumping sound of metal sabatons clanging on the floor. Big metal sabatons clanging on the floor, and you think, ah, Ojika, the tiny little Lalafell, wearing leather boots, leather shoes really. Yes, that's the sound of him walking in.
Would you be so kind as to...
Graha? Hey, Graha?
Oh, isn't this a pleasant surprise?
I wish you had sent word ahead. I thought I was having visions for a moment there.
It's a bit impromptu, you know? How's the restoration of the students coming along?
Slow and steady. Raha and I have been compiling old records of the students' activities. We were able to locate several accounts in the archives of Numenon, but the bulk of our documents was lost along with the Isle of Fowl.
But what brings you to the Annex, my friend? Surely you haven't come all this way just to watch us shuffle dusty papers around?
I've come to invite you on an adventure, a treasure hunt.
The treasure vault of Alzadal III.
And you're looking for companions to join you on this expedition?
Yeah.
I would dearly love to accompany you, of course, but I'm afraid I'm committed to another task. On the subject of which, I had hoped to ask for your assistance.
Yep, treasure hunting. Me, Estinian, and possibly Graha as well. Sally Kryle's currently committed to another task. My assistance, huh? Good. Graha, you happy? You still happy to be invited on an adventure?
Then again, it's not so urgent that it can't wait until you've returned.
Oh, he's like, I want to go on an adventure. I want to go on an adventure right now. I want to go on an adventure. Try to cry with you. Don't take no for an answer. Well, sadly, she's too busy with academics and things. But I'm sure once she becomes a Pictomancer in Dawn Trail, she'll gladly come along.
You should go, Raha. I'll stay here and mind the shop, as it were.
Are you sure? I'd hate to leave you short-handed.
Look at his face.
I'm sure. Just try to be back before too many moons have passed.
Well, I guess we're off on another adventure already.
Yeah, he is so happy.
Have you asked anyone else to come along?
Not yet, but Estinian's with us.
Then might I suggest we invite your Stola?
I thought so. Yeah, what you missed it, but earlier, a little orphan boy was all like, you two, you know, me and Estinian, you should take somebody else with you. It's very dangerous, please. I don't want you guys to end up getting hurt or killed or whatever. And we're like, okay. And then there's a list of all the people, and it's like Thancred and Urianger, Alize and Alphinaud, Graha and Kryle, or Stola. And I'm like, we got two, or one. This, one of these things is not like the other. Also, Kryle is not a combatant yet. So how does this work? And apparently this is how it works. Graha's all like, we should go talk to Stola as well. And it's like, yeah, sure.
Ever since the Scions disbanded, she spent most of her time cloistered within the Great Gooble Library, hoping to piece together a method to traverse the rift.
Yeah.
It would seem, however, that whatever wisdom she sought there was not to be found. She arrived in Sharlayan the other day. We spoke briefly before she began her search of Numenor. Considering what you've told us of Alzadal's extraordinary feats, I do believe your Stola would be more than interested to hear what you have to say.
Indeed.
Splendid! Then let us head to the archives at once.
Yeah.
Wait, before you go. I have another potential member to volunteer, if you've room to spare. Urianger.
Urianger?
He sent the students a request for materials, you see. Treatises on the architecture of treasure vaults and the like.
He just happens to ask for a treatise on the architecture of treasure vaults? Specifically? Wild. Yeah, sure.
From what I can gather, the Loporrits are looking to make improvements to their own creation and wish to learn more about how we build things down here.
He saw the future again. Urianger!
So, why not take Urianger with you? Let him study Alzadal's legacy firsthand.
Stop reading the stars with your
None can deny the benefit of seeing something with your own eyes.
your astromancy or whatever.
If our expedition leader has no objections, I say we extend Urianger an invitation once we've spoken with your Stola.
Sure. Yeah. The more the merrier.
Safe travels, you two. But don't forget, I'd still like your help with that other matter I mentioned.
Yeah.
Right. Then it's off to the library.
So is that other matter you mentioned, is that a side quest that I should talk to you about right now, or am I not allowed to help you with it yet? Oh. Adventure. Meanwhile, I need to knock off Ember Island players for their poor performance of my adventures. Uh-huh.
When you've finished with your treasure hunt, do come back and visit me. I think you'll be very interested in this request we've received.
After the treasure hunt, huh? Alright. Yes, over there. Looks like we'll have to walk. We'll have to walk, and walk. And then they walked. Walked. There was a cave troll, and then they walked. They'll walk if I tell them to. Yes. It's my story, and they'll walk if I tell them to. Oh yeah, also, got a new outfit from Tataru. It doesn't have pants for some reason. I threw in the Amatsu Haidate, but she just gave me this outfit with no pants, and I'm like, Tataru? Hey, you're not gonna give me any pants with this outfit. Just knee-high boots and a tunic. Or tabard, as this says it's called. And tabard, no pants. Sure. No manon. Cosplay an original Mark. Yeah, so I was wearing that for a little bit, but then it was I thought, oh, we're going off to this treasure hunt, we're gonna sail off, I should probably get my battle gear on, so I swapped on over to this, but now we're walking around and talking to people again. So I guess I'll switch to this again for a bit. Hey, Stola! You good there? Did you pass out reading books? You stole, You stole, That cannot be very comfortable.
I've never known Y'shtola to doze off in the middle of research before.
Shh. Oh, we're just gonna let her nap. Not gonna spook her awake. Just gonna make her feel really embarrassed when she does wake up.
Close my eyes for one moment.
She's back in Yomar. No!
How long have you two been here?
Oh, you know. We just arrived. Catching up on some light reading?
Something to that effect.
Not even gonna answer how long we've been here.
I must have been studying for 2-3 days straight before exhaustion finally claimed me.
Ishtola! Take a proper sleep, like, in a bed.
As you know, I've been researching ways to travel from the source to one of its reflections.
It's been 5 months, Ishtola.
Well, looking for hints at least. I don't expect to find a simple set of instructions tucked away in some dark corner of the library. So I've been skimming through the stacks, hoping to uncover even a partial mention of any similar feats in the past. A means to travel between worlds exists, and you can be sure I will find a way to employ it.
I mean, there is one way that is sure to work that we know of, and that's the thing that G'raha did to start off Shadowbringers.
So I've promised Runa, but 'twould seem I've set myself a nigh impossible task.
Though admittedly, that did take a lot of doing, but it is a thing that worked. That was done to travel between worlds. I would think you might start there and see if there's a way to make it maybe a little easier, or at the very least a little more sure that you're going to get the right target and not just start plucking random people.
You needn't be so hard on yourself. The leap I made with the Crystal Tower was not achieved in an afternoon. It was the culmination of a collective effort spanning generations.
Oh, you think me discouraged? I assure you, 'tis quite the opposite. A daunting challenge and the time to sink my teeth into it. I feel like a fresh-faced student again.
A scholar in her element.
Indeed. Was there something else you wish to ask of me?
Want to go on a treasure hunt?
Al-Zadal is no minor figure in Harnish history, and much is known about his family. But this is the first I've heard of a descendant surviving a trip to another world.
Yeah, supposedly at least. If the tales are true.
If those tales are true, then he may have left behind some clue as to how it was accomplished. An invitation to delve into one of the world's lingering mysteries. As if I could refuse.
Yeah.
And whence do we embark upon this expedition?
Oh, very soon. First we gotta pick up Urianger, though.
Akyali, by ship. But before that, we thought to extend an invitation to Urianger as well. He was in Thalmazane, last we heard.
Then by all means, let us recruit him, and be on our way.
Yeah. So I'm starting to get a feeling. That we might go to get Urianger, and he's gonna be like,
we should also get Thancred as well. I believe he would like this journey. This opportunity to go on another adventure.
And then Thancred's gonna be all like,
well, we should go get Alisaie and Alphinaud as well.
I can already see it. Everybody's just gonna want to come along for the ride. Jeez. Cutting the cheese. Seeking sanctuary. An odd job. I wandered Sharlayan as a minstrel, where no Luprit has gone before. Then they say, let's get Cryo. Uh-huh. This one I happen to know. I'm gonna have to start it eventually. That's where you get access to I think it's an island that's your own, like, personal farm or something like that. And there's a whole host of things to do with that. But that, like, personal island farm, whatever it is, does have a reward of a motorcycle mount that I do want at some point. Aporia. In Labyrinthos. We gotta head down the elevator. Ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-dum. Hop in, boys. We're going on a treasure hunt.
Our illustrious champion.
Yeah.
Cloaked in the mantle of the common explorer, fame set aside in thy pursuit of simple adventure.
Uh-huh. Yep.
I am told a new expedition is in the offing.
Yeah. Wasn't that good with you? 'Tis good to see you as well. Or 'tis good to see you well.
And thee. As ever, thou art the picture of strength.
You've been keeping yourself busy, I trust?
With the moon
True
bunnies.
to our plan, Thancred and I embarked upon a pilgrimage of sorts, with an eye for gauging the state of those lands through which we passed. Our travels were interrupted, however, by a request for aid from our befurred lunar allies. As you may recall, the Loperids had been seeking new purpose for the moon, another role through which it might serve to benefit mankind. The Forum hath been working to advise them in this endeavor, but I return to offer mine own counsel.
And this has what to do with treasure vaults, exactly?
Yeah.
Ah, you have learned of my predicament from Mistress Cryle. I know not whence they acquired such knowledge, but the Loperids now stand convinced that adventurers delight in treasure hunts.
Well, we just so happen to be on one right now.
Thus, with their newly built wonderland of riches and mystery, do they hope to entice all manner of daring delvers to the moon. So earnest and innocent was their desire to bring joy to the world that I found myself powerless to refuse them my cooperation. But what of you, my friends? Why are you come to Labyrinthos?
To go on a treasure hunt. Oh.
Fascinating. This is indeed a most fortuitous opportunity. I should be honored to accept thine invitation.
Wow.
long hath it been, I wonder, when last our actions were not impelled by fate or desperation?
Yeah.
Aye. Though I cherish the Scion's accomplishments, 'tis pleasant to not have the weight of the world upon our shoulders for a change.
Counting Estinian, we number 5 now, yes? Without knowing what traps or perils await unwary feet, we may be wise to refrain from recruiting others.
Oh, we may be wise to refrain from recruit. Okay, so he's saying we shouldn't.
I agree. Between
get
us,
anybody else.
we should have the skills to handle whatever situation may arise. Shall we be on our way?
What, no time to spare a word for the grizzled old bard?
Hey, Thancred.
All is well, I trust?
You're coming along as well?
A wasted trip, I'm afraid. I'd hoped to catch up with a former mentor while you parleyed with the rabbits, but it seems our paths were not to cross.
How was your pilgrimage?
Having an astrologian beside you on the road is surprisingly convenient. And it doesn't hurt that he's making strides with his light-hearted banter. In any case, as we made our way around Ilzabard, we saw that much of the continent was in various stages of chaos.
Is that so?
A certain amount of disorder is to be expected. The final days are over, and the people no longer have a common threat binding them together. That's the thing with these fledgling troubles, eh? You need to keep an eye out, lest they mature into full-grown headaches. So, for what reason have so many esteemed personages seemed fit to gather?
Treasure hunt.
Beneath the waters of the Bounty, you say? I see you've already stolen away my traveling partner with the promise of unexplored ruins and scholarly glory.
Nay, 'tis not for mine own indulgence, but rather the fulfillment of my commitment to the Loperids.
Ah, of course. And if you have Estinian rounding out your group, you'll likely have all the members you need.
Feeling left out? I could put in a good word for you, if you like.
We may have been released from our obligations, but I'll never be free of that merciless wit of yours, will I? In all seriousness, 'tis best I sit this one out. Too many former scions consorting with one another might be seen as a cause for concern in certain quarters.
I guess.
I'll return to my usual reconnaissance and scout out the situation in the Far East. Feel free to share if you come across any interesting revelations. Till we meet again.
Shall we also hasten our departure? Sir Estinian will wonder what hath become of us.
Yeah. I went to go get Graha and Kryl, and I come back with Graha, Y'shtola, and Urianger. And he's like, what? Estinian! I found some friends! Not exactly the friends that I said I would get. But friends all the same.
I send you to recruit Graha, and you return with an entire survey party. I hope Matsya's boat is sturdy enough to carry us all.
What he means is, we are grateful for the use of one of your precious fishing vessels.
We are more than glad for the chance to provide it. I ask only that you take care to steer clear of the reefs in the shallows there. Aye, we will keep an eye out.
Indeed.
Alzadal's legacy.
Alzadal III. I confess I am somewhat embarrassed that the tale of his journey to another world escaped my notice. Could it be more than simple folklore?
And what of the treasure he supposedly brought back? This undersea vault may hold relics from another reflection.
My friends, we should temper our expectations. The map doth promise ruins, but beyond that we know not what we will find.
Not until we find it, aye. So let us dispense with the conjecture and set sail for the vault.
Yeah. To the vault! We set sail across the seas. Ba, ba, ba. Alzadal's legacy now. Oh, we're gonna do a duty, huh? It's not a place that I go to. It's a full duty. Yeah, I can't. Here. All right. Here we go. Now, the thing is, my friends, I can only take 3 of you. I'm not allowed to take 4. Why do you make me choose? Oh no, I can't even. Because I'm a tank. I can't. What do you mean insufficient item level? What? What? I need an average level of 560 and I've got 554? Bro, come on. Look, these are all 560. These are not all 560. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We'll shoot. Why didn't you tell me this before? Guess I'll have to go to the market and see about picking up some better jewelry. Dude, 560 is what this one caps out at, and that one scales with your level. Up to 90. Alright, I'm gonna need bracelet and 2 rings, I guess. Unless there's a weapon I could get that's higher than 560. Let's see. 640. Whoa, ho! I feel like that would do it. Well, hey! Look at that. It's a boost of 80 right there. Look at all that strength. Vitality. Critical hit determination. Dude. It's insane. Yeah. I guess that's what we're going for. How much is it gonna cost? much. Whereas this one costs way less. But it also gives, the stats are way less. So, like, 49 less strength. Whew. Okay, I'm gonna check real quick, see if this world is in fact the one with the best price for this item. Or am I being cheated here? Diadocos Great Spawn. Diadocos. Alright, let's see. So Halicarnassus is, yeah, insane prices. Medrun is about the same. Marlith is slightly less. Seraph is a little bit less than that even. 224,000 is the cheapest. Alright, 224. Okay. I guess we can do it. That's Seraph. Off to Seraph we go! Get rid of this. Not here for that. This is another world. Seraph. Oh yeah, they added some new a new world or two to this server. I know they did some work on the servers. I think it was Monday night into Tuesday. Obviously in preparation for Dawn Trail's release. Alright. Bleeding me of all my monies. But with that one sword, let's look at this. It looks pretty nice. It's got a little lion head in the center there. It's very thin and long, pointy. Just stab it into the ground. Yeah, and it kind of goes with the fit. It's got a lot of white in it, and so does my tabard. Sure. Let's go back to our home world though. Man. Halicarnassus, man. The merchants on this world. They're crazy, dude. Setting such high prices, such high markups on all their stuff. Oh, also, I probably should take a look. 567. We're good. Good enough. Good enough. For this, at least. Now I have strength enough for this. Torgal! Ruff ruff! Going on an adventure! Pets. Good boy. Good boy. still quite rude that if you're a tank, you cannot bring G'raha into the dungeon. Oh, that's so rude! G'raha was so happy to come along! And he can't even join us! Because I'm a tank, and we don't have any other tank to replace me. Or well, I mean, G'raha could be a tank to replace me, but we don't have, yeah. I mean, I could swap out anybody else, but at the same, it's like, man, it's so rude to swap out literally anybody. Any one of these people. They're all so excited to be here. Azadal's legacy. Has been synced to 600. If you're gonna sync it to 600, why do you require me to get to 560 first? Ridiculous. Wrong button. Put that away. Go! Everybody look at me! So many little monkeys. Charge forth. What? Huh? Good troops. Who are you guys? Got little head ramps. Scimitars?
Gloves are off.
I should hope so. Why are they ever on?
Be gone!
Pistola.
You underestimate me!
They really do. And they really shouldn't. That bridge just materialized. Yeah, make ready. Whoa. Guys! Why did you run into it? Did you not see the yellow circles? Oh, friends of mine. Materializing bridge. It's an interesting jellyfish. Yeah. What you got? Umbucha. Figured you'd move to the center or something. My friend seems to be moving back here, so I'm gonna do that. What? What are you doing? What? No, it's not fair! How could I have known? My friends somehow knew. They didn't deign to tell me. Look at them. They got these dashes. I don't have a dash. Except to an enemy. Oh!
Together we shall overcome this.
Yeah? Of course we will. Together as always. What the? Please do. End it. Woo! What do we got in here? Piety! Salt encrusted teleport. What are you talking about? I've never seen any of these yellow circles. Everybody knows about the yellow circles.
Glyph of passage detected, confirming bearer's identity.
That's a big shark. Yeah. Hey, get back here. All of you.
You underestimate me!
It is unwise to underestimate Justinian.
You're mine!
Treasure. Ring of casting. What?
Unrecognized ethereal signature. Brazen thief, you will proceed no further.
Brazen thief. How dare? Whoa. That's a lot of fishy friends. A monkfish. And an ogre bomb. And a Zomet. So many. Friends, please. Kill them! I'm dying! There are so many. Oh.
You're mine!
Please kill them! Kill them all! There we go. Woo! Got pretty low quite a bit there. Thank you, Urianger, for your heals. Keeping on top of things. Love those steel drones in these tracks. I really wish my friends would have AoEs. Because they're always just single targeting enemies. When you've got like 5 enemies, it would be really beneficial if my friends had AoEs to hit all of the enemies. Get much higher DPS that way. And then the fights wouldn't take so long. A necklace of healing! Eh! I'm a tank! I must needs memorize these defenses. You are really quite serious about this consulting role of yours. Hey, King Clawtrap Azadal the 14th. Clawtrap Azadal.
You're mine!
Please kill them all. So many crabs. It's a crab rave. Please stop. No. Ah. I'm not dead. You can't
underestimate me.
That's for when terrible people die, and I'm not terrible or dead.
I will not hold back.
This
Please
will
don't.
hurt.
Also, they're crabs. I don't think they care whether you hold back or not. Woo! Armored chariot.
Turn back, treasure seeker, or this vault will be your tomb.
Yeah. I see. Hands. Woo! Okay. Very interesting.
I will not hold back. I will end this. I will end this farce.
Why'd you say it twice? I will end this farce. Ah! I was like, wait a minute. Where are those hands pointing? Right at me. I can get this thing. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Very tight space in here. Guys, almost down. We got this. Where's... Oh. Yeah!
Your greed will prove your undoing.
Thigh boots of cast. Ah! Why is every piece of gear I'm getting from this dungeon not for my current class? For my current job. The only job I have that's level 90.
This will hurt.
That's kind of how attacking things works.
I will not
It
hold back.
hurts the thing you're attacking.
Aye, this should prove more, but this should more than cover the price of the map.
How much did you pay for it anyway? Yeah, Stinger, how much did you pay for the map? Inside materia. I think that enemy got the point. I think that enemy got the point. That's how it is for these scions. Ah! Mimics! I was looking at those treasure chests and I was like, why are those not treasure chests I can open? And that's why. That's exactly why.
I will not hold back.
I will not hold back. The gloves are.
This will hurt. You underestimate me.
Over and over.
Be gone! Be gone!
Gloves are off.
Gloves are off. Again. Don't even know why I keep putting them on.
Looming warden.
Yeah, I'd say he's looming. What? Now he's moving. Oh look, treasure. Quick up. Oh, that was decent.
Mapping the red.
Capicolo.
Yeah!
Together we shall overcome this.
Yeah, there's spike traps. Whoa! And the spikes are still up. Concerning.
Spin and fumble, stumble and fall.
Wait. Where? Ow! Oh, it's one of. Wait, come back here. Ow! 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 Stab wounds!
You underestimate me!
Hey, you underestimate that guy, though.
Together we shall overcome this. You underestimate me!
Estinian? You just said that. He just broke into a fabric store. Hey friends. Where are we standing? Over here? Ooh, okay. Let's see. So I am a little disappointed that he doesn't get a special battle theme for this dungeon. Because he had that special regular music for the dungeon itself. But not for this fight. Just a little disappointed.
All intruders will be slain.
No! Stab wounds! Bleeding and dizzy!
Why can I not jump free? Too much rich food at night.
Are you saying that you gotten too fat, Estinian? Green. Okay. Over here, everyone. And now spread out. Defense. Mitigate. Colors of fabric.
This is going to leave a mark.
And he's dead. Woo! Hey, Graha. He was here too. Cheering from the sidelines. What do we get? Doublet of scouting! office. Looks very official and militaristic. Now he fought 7 bosses that tried to ambush you from behind. Yeah, that's what he was doing. Covering us from behind. Second chance points added to my journal. Well, we're all done here. So now what? Well, that seems to be tied down.
What have we here?
'Tis not unlike a Hunnish alchemical furnace in design.
Well, there is one way we might find out.
Hopefully we don't set forth some evil spirit who had been locked away for
You mustn't touch it.
eons. Hey, Varsan.
Vritra! Oh, my apologies. Should I continue calling you Varshan?
You may address me as you wish. My nature is no longer a secret. Still, this is not a setting I imagined for our reunion. Surely you've not entered these ruins as common looters.
Of course not.
Would that we could deny your accusations, but I fear you're not far from the truth.
What?
Great Vritra, might we beseech thee to explain the nature of this strange contrivance?
It was crafted by our alchemists at my behest, for the purpose of sealing something away.
I thought so. I wasn't gonna touch it, but you know, you stole
You and I will speak later.
Not the time for frivolity, my friend. Not the time.
What?
This something of which thou speakest, might it be some manner of threat?
Perhaps I should simply show you.
What? But wait, hang on. You sealed it away though. What? Is there a way to show us without unsealing it? Yeah, the slow turn. Yeah, that don't look good. That looks very, very much bad. What's the smile, Y'shtola?
I have lifted the seal, if only for the moment, by an authority only I possess.
A planar fissure?
Oh.
No, my friend.
Well?
Small though it may be, this is a functioning gate into the void.
Into the void? I thought it would be void related in some way. Looked voidy. Vritra has been added to the codex.
Void gates and fissures are much the same thing in practice, in the sense that both allow passage between the source and the 13th. The difference in terminology refers to the circumstances of their creation.
The 13th. That must be the one that got completely decimated by darkness because of the Asians trying to recombine the worlds, and they went too far with that one. Became void. Yeah.
A fissure is an incidental tear in the fabric between worlds, whereas a void gate is the product of deliberate action. I suspect this is the latter, judging by the elaborate mechanism put in place to control it. To think that our search for material riches would lead to this priceless discovery. That swirling emptiness. It puts me in mind of old friends, not to mention old foes.
Yeah, like the Asians. You may now enter Azadal's legacy with Ponti Benji's PC avatars and blah blah. A brother's grief.
I must admit, I am deathly curious to know how a void gate came to be hidden in the depths of these ruins.
To tell that tale, we must first peer far to the south, and even further into memory.
Oh?
An age 5 millennia passed when the Algan Empire sent an invading force to the shores of Meracidia. The southern people rallied around the commanding figures of Bahamut and Tiamat and fought fiercely to repel the would-be conquerors. With Bahamut's defeat, however, the tide turned against them. Desperate to seize any advantage, the Mercidians resorted to summoning primal entities.
Yeah. And look at those primal entities.
In response, Emperor Zande forged a covenant with the Cloud of Darkness, sovereign among the all-devouring denizens of the Void.
Yep.
Thus bolstered by icons on one side and Void Scent on the other. The two armies clashed in a battle of unspeakable carnage. So much death, so much loss.
I consider myself well versed in that period of history, yet you speak as one who witnessed it happen.
Well, he probably did.
Indeed, I did. I heard Tiamat's roar of defiance and sped toward that war-torn land. Along with my sibling, Azdaja.
Azdaja.
We dragons are not male or female as men are wont to classify, but elder sister is the closest a mortal tongue can come to describing what she meant to me. I was the last of our brood to hatch, and Azdaja cared for me where my sire could not. Thus I was with her when Tiamat roared. I was with her when she journeyed south, and I was with her when she fought against the Void-sent hordes. Yet no matter how many of their vile fiends we cast down, more rose from the abyss to take their place. Faced with an unwinnable war of attrition, Azdaja risked her all on a final gamble. She plunged through the Void Gate itself to strike at the root of their strength. I tried to follow in her wake, determined to lend what aid I could. But even as I came upon Alag's glittering tower, I saw the rift close behind her.
Oof.
And Ashdaya has been lost to us ever since.
I find I must retract my earlier claim of historical knowledge. Nowhere in the Crystal Tower's archives did I see mention of such noble sacrifice.
Yeah.
That does not surprise me. To Allagan eyes, it must have seemed as if a lone dragon, driven to madness, simply dove through the gate and did not return. For my part, I spent long years searching for the means to reunite with Ashdaya. Until I could search no more. Until Allag was dust, and the urge to open a void gate large enough to accommodate a dragon forever lost.
Yet you have the beginnings of a gate right here, under the control of a harnessed device.
My discovery came before Radzatan was founded. Though I scoured the lands for a method to cross the rift, it was beneath the sea that I chanced to find a natural planar fissure. It was, however, far too narrow to admit a worm's bulk. Only after our city rose upon the rock, and I could enlist the aid of our talented alchemists, did matters take a favorable turn. Their dedication was beyond reproach. Tirelessly they worked to expand the fissure, and after decades of toil, it finally grew to a size that a child might pass through.
Not long ago, you told us that you called out to your kin, that Ashdaya's answer was silence. I suspect the conclusion to your tale is not a joyful one.
With hope in my heart, I used the simulacrum to cross the threshold. But no, I did not find her. What I found was a host of Voidsent, clamoring around the opening they had sensed. 'Twas but a moment, but enough. I had no choice but to retreat and allow the portal to contract once more.
The gate was a threat to your people. You had to decide between endangering Radzatan and abandoning your sister. You chose the latter.
'Twas not that thy siblings scorned thy call. 'Twas that she was trapped beyond a barrier through which neither roar nor dragon may pass. Even now, in the desolate world of the 13th.
I can scarce imagine your pain, yet it was wise not to linger in that place. Too long a sojourn, and even a being of your power risks being warped into a creature of the void. You've seen this phenomenon before, when we stepped into the darkness.
Oh yeah, at the top of the tower. Ages ago. I remember when Nero turned purple.
Turned purple? Well, yes. His wounds had allowed the void's corruption to enter his body and twist his ether. Had it been allowed to progress much longer, I presume he would have been fully transformed.
Then there is little hope for Ashdaya.
Ah, no. I hadn't meant to. I speak only of possibilities. The scales of the First Brood are extraordinarily resistant to ethereal fluctuations. They are the protective talisman's core components after all, and even the corruption I described would struggle to overcome. Of course. With the warding scale in one's possession, one could conceivably survive a stay in the 13th without being warped by its energies.
Uh-huh.
Be that as it may, it is too late to rescue my sister. 5,000 years too late.
That is a long time, yeah.
And now countless others look to me for guidance and protection. So when I sensed intruders in the ruins, I came only to ensure that the gate remained closed. That, and to secure the treasure, of course. I wish only to forget the rest.
Y'shtola will remember this. The first brood has been added to the codex. Ether has been added to the codex. What do you... Just now? Let me jot this down. Ether, you call it, huh? What an interesting substance.
So they managed not only to expand the fissure, but also manipulate it as one might a gate. Astonishing. Is there any chance I could learn more of how this feat was accomplished? I will tell you what I can. First, however, I must return to the High Crucible and arrange to replace the Guardians you so handily destroyed. It will not do to leave the gate undefended. My apologies. We were perhaps a touch zealous in our rush to uncover the vault's secrets. If the construct can be repaired, we would be happy to offer our assistance. That will not be necessary. Much as I retain spare vessels for myself, we keep duplicate Guardians on hand for such eventualities. In any case, we should return to Ratatan.
Keep duplicates. Sure would be a shame if I went through this dungeon again. Passage to Thavnair. And we have returned to the High Crucible of Alchemia. We're at A Brother's Grief, which is halfway through 6.1. But we've completed 4 quests and a dungeon, so that's not bad. Have to walk.
I promise we will discuss the Void Gate further, but first I must attend to the matter of the Vault's sentinels. As your instruments have no doubt informed you, the Kapikulu has been reduced to so much scrap. Please bring a new one out of storage and see that it is conveyed to its post along with some few lesser constructs.
Was it tomb robbers? Fiends born of the Tower of Zot?
By the sisters, do not tell me a blasphemy yet roams free.
Yeah, blasphemy. We dealt with it though. Don't worry. Everybody's shifty looking. Why such guilty faces? Surely it wasn't you who are responsible for this? Oh. Well, the details aren't important. I shall see it done immediately. It was Justola. She did it. It was all her. Slow turn again.
And with that, the vault will soon be secure once more. Now, I believe you had questions?
Quite a few, in fact. But I'd like to begin with the gate itself. It is still functional, yes?
Indeed, which is why I saw it sealed with an alchemically forged lock and warded it with my magics. Such power must not fall into the wrong hands. In truth, the primary reason for the vault's construction was to keep the gate hidden from the outside world.
So much effort for such a little door.
That little door you speak of leads to an abyss teeming with unspeakable horrors. That said, in its current state, it would admit only the lowliest of Voidsent, and from this side, no man would be able to pass through.
No man? I should think Alphinaud would fit, given a firm enough push.
Physical size is only one consideration. The true restriction hinges upon the etheric density of the soul in transit. And yet you succeeded in expanding this diminutive portal and sending your simulacrum to the 13th.
Thanks to my brilliant alchemists. I should have destroyed the anomaly when I found it, but instead I bade them devise a means to control it. After much experimentation, they accomplished the impossible. A method was conceived by which my magics could manipulate the fissure and transform it into a serviceable gate. But the process has long since been forgotten. Once I had given up searching for Azalea, there was no need to preserve such esoteric and dangerous knowledge. Thus the gate lay dormant for years uncounted.
Our own passage to the 13th was made relatively simple thanks to the Crystal Tower. An ancient mechanism channeled the tower's vast stores of energy to open a void gate, one bound to a covenant made with the Cloud of Darkness. Once that sovereign entity was beaten back, however, the covenant was broken and the doorway severed from its connection to the void. Theoretically, it should be possible to reconnect the gate by forging a new pact with another Voidsent, but such deals usually end in betrayal and death.
In any case, we should attempt to gain an understanding of the Bounty Gate. Mayhap you could resume the search for your sister.
As I have already explained, I put those futile hopes to rest centuries ago. My place and my duty is here now.
Well, if you were a Lalafell.
I had meant to ask, what prompted you to search for the vault in the first place?
It was the Stydian. It was all his idea. It's not me, it's him. It's all him. It was a Shola and a Stydian. They dragged me along. I was kicking and screaming the whole way.
As I recall, 'twas you who was chasing tales of undersea ruins.
Well, as you have seen, the fabulous wealth from the stories is quite real. If not its rumored origin, but I'm afraid I must assert a prior claim. I've been adding to that trove for years, little by little, but the time has come to spend it, that I might alleviate my people's suffering.
Then we are of one mind. We had no intention of taking it for ourselves. Isn't that right, my friend?
Yep. Pondering. Huh, Y'shtola?
Your Excellency, would you object if I were to conduct a closer examination of the gate? I will make no attempt to open it, of course.
I owe you and yours a debt that can never be repaid. Whatever boon you ask of me, you shall have it. You are most gracious. I shall take full advantage of your permission. I would that I could join thee in thy study, but the Luperits will be anxious to receive my report. I beg my leave of you. And I must be off to Charlian as well. Mistress Kryl was eager to speak with you about that request, so please come back to the annex as soon as you are able. Farewell for now.
It's a trap!
We can discuss my findings once I return. You'll not be rid of me so easily.
I think she forgot about how I blamed her for everything.
You may now undertake the Chronicles of a New Era quest series, Myths of the Realm. Speak with the fresh-faced student at the Baldesion Annex to accept the first quest. The what? Chronicles of a New Era, huh? Myths of the Realm?
The difficult part in all of this will be deciding how best to put these riches to use. Will you lend me your assistance in these deliberations?
Then this star was swallowed by the void. Anything to make up for the constructs we broke.
Then think of your employment as recompense. Serve me as guest advisor, and I will consider the broken constructs paid for in full.
Genasi and I are in this together. I will follow her example. Meanwhile, elsewhere...
in the depths of Tartarus, next to a throne.
Is that the Allegan Emperor guy?
Also, what are these? They seem to be elementally aspected. Earth, fire, wind, and water.
I sense the breaching of a gate, but it was not instigated from this side. It was thrown open from the other.
So this does take place in the void. Hold on. Oops.
I too felt it. A rare occurrence, yes. But such a tiny portal is beneath our notice. There are more pressing matters at hand. An opportunity is upon us, the coming of which we have awaited for nigh on 10,000 years. We dare not let it slip our grasp.
Yet we must not underestimate she who bested the cloud of darkness. Even restrained by a covenant, the cloud was no feeble wisp to be dispersed by some flesh and blood mortal. Bah! Let her come! I will drown the world and watch this fleshling gasp for breath in her final moments.
Excuse me. Hey, just wanted to mention, you might not know this, but I can breathe underwater, so you kind of can't drown me. Yeah, sorry to disappoint, but that's just goal bits, you think.
Your zeal is admirable, but forget not our cause. Think back on our struggles beneath this sunless sky. Remember why we cede not our will to fight.
More Poseidon? Okay.
'Tis time we set the war in motion, and win redemption for our star.
For the 13th. Right. Okay. Think Turtle Man. Our son wishes to discuss the distribution of the treasure.
Shall we begin? If we are to spend the treasure wisely, then we must first determine which groups would benefit most from monetary assistance. Some of my citizens may find it intimidating to speak with the satrap directly, so I would ask that you act in my stead. Trinosia, you are to visit Akyali and Yedlimad. Speak with Matsya and his people and listen to their grievances. Estinian, I bid you do the same at Palakastan. I will be conducting my own inquiries at the Giant Skull grounds. Once you believe you have ascertained the needs of the populace, we can reconvene at Megaduta.
Yes. Well, before we do that, so there's something in Charlian we need to do? Mission in Mordana. Interesting. No. Mentioned a quest that I could now do. But I don't see it here. Doesn't appear to be a main story quest. I wonder what that was about. Then. Well, guess we'll go back to Yedlimad. hop on the back of Midgardsormr. Matsya! My good lad.
Oh, Junosia, I was so glad to see you had returned unharmed. You finished with the boat, then?
Yep.
Anything the village desperately needs? Well, I suppose Kalzal's loss hit us the hardest. I've been trying to find buyers for my fish, but although I sell a few here and there, it's so much more difficult than it was before. Everyone's still struggling to rebuild their lives. For now, we're just banding together as best we can.
Okay. Back to Yedlamad. Junkmonger.
Greetings and welcome, traveler. If this is your first visit to Thavnia, then you must try my special Umra Lassi. Its refreshing zest cannot be beat. What could such a wonder cost, you wonder? Normally I part with 3 bottles for the generous price of 19,800 gil, but for you, I am willing to go as low as an even 10,000. You'd be practically stealing from me.
At that price, you're the only thief around here. Still not turning a profit these days? I am not a student.
Estinian? Who is this? You're the one who was with that spear-toting fellow. Well, you can hardly blame a man for trying. The world may no longer be on fire, but we are still sifting through the ashes, so to speak. Sisters, spare me. We might as well have that ugly tower back for the scant few travelers we see these days. I myself have barely the coin to buy at local prices. I tell you, if I didn't charge the odd adventurer a small fortune for afternoon tea, I'd be scavenging for scraps in the street.
Uh-huh. Guild staff.
How fares the port? Well, it is in shambles, isn't it? The trade routes are open once more now that the danger is past, certainly. But no small number of merchants have had to sell their ships to make ends meet in the short term. And to add to that, the sailors we lost in the final days, and it's little wonder the flow of exports is no more than a pitiful trickle.
Sure you would, my guy.
If Kalzal had his consortium, and his consortium was still with us, I'm sure he'd have found a way to turn our fortunes around. Now that was a man who got things done. God rest his soul.
You've spoken with the key local figures and gained an understanding of the populace's hardships. Vashan awaits your report at Megaduta. Indeed. What's in a parrot? Back to Radzatan again. Place to train. You know, minus the trumpets, this music reminds me a lot of like Manaag, the Bionicle over around Gawahi. That like that bit right there, minus the horns.
Ah, my advisor's return. I've just made it back myself.
Why do you retain this vessel now that your true form is known? You could have flown across the island in a fraction of the time.
Be that as it may, the sight of a massive creature descending from the sky can be startling to say the least. And there are few places I can enter comfortably without risk of flattening some cart or stall.
Yeah, it's a lot easier to move about like this.
Fair enough. As for my inquiries, the people of Palaka's stand were unanimous in their reply. They are surviving. Resources were stretched to the limit when refugees were pouring in, but they persevered with some assistance from Yedlamad. From what I understand, they have always been an independent community, hunters and foragers and the like, and I was assured that the jungle provides for their needs, for the most part.
Palaka's stand has weathered the disaster better than most, it seems. I myself heard good news and bad. The quarrymen were cautiously optimistic, having just sold a full wagon of giant's gall to a foreign trader. But such visitors are few and far between. Compared to our best years, the weight of stone leaving Thavnia has been light indeed. Our nation is small and isolated, its prosperity dependent on a steady stream of exports. We must identify any obstacles to the flow of trade, so we may begin working to remove them. Tell me, what did you learn in Akyali and Yedlamad?
Not many traders coming in. That's what I learned. Makes things difficult.
I see. Without a dedicated buyer, the average fisherman must struggle to offload his daily catch. Which is why I believe we should first address the lack of ships and shortage of able-bodied soldiers in Yedlamad. I am reminded of a child I spied as I made my way back to the palace. His father lost at sea when the beasts sunk their vessel. So many variations of the same tragic tale, repeated over and over, so many lives lost.
Like that kid from the beginning of this quest chain.
Enough grief to drown in if we let ourselves be overcome. But we will not. Junosia, Estinian, I will consider the perspectives you've brought me and devise a plan to help my people confront this adversity. Come, I would like you to be in attendance when I announce the proposal to my assembled functionaries.
Sure. We will gladly be in attendance.
I thank you for your attendance. The riches the Radiant Host have retrieved were hoarded in Al-Zadar's name. A fortune I set aside for a future day of need. And lo, that day hath come. Made aid our wounded city in reclaiming its vibrancy and vigor. In better times, I would leave such a task to our capable Ahawan. God's rest his soul. Finding myself bereft of his counsel in the here and now, I will assume the responsibilities of mine office directly. Firstly, the treasure shall be sold for more convenient currency. Thence, invested into the trading port of Yedlamad. Our merchants must have their operations restored, their ships rebuilt. Commerce must flow once more. None were spared the tragedy of the final days. Of this, I am well aware. But an absence was created by the loss of Karazal's consortium. And by filling it, we provide new means for our fishermen, our artisans, and others to bring their wares to distant markets.
Yeah. Sounds like a plan.
And what of the children who were left without family to care for them?
That is a concern which weigheth heavily upon my mind. A simple gift of coin will soon be exhausted, leaving these young souls adrift on the fringes of our society. Nay, a proper solution is needed, one which doth guarantee their welfare for years to come. Thou hast surely seen how other nations rise to meet this challenge, adventurer. What dost thou deem the wisest course?
Asking me, huh? It takes a village.
Of course, we must all look out for one another. Let us put this idea into practice. A contract shall be written, requiring all who receive of Al-Zadal's treasure to commit a portion of their future earnings towards the running of an orphanage. Now, such an influential policy is deserving of a worthy name.
Something with Kalzal seems appropriate. The most successful merchants.
A successful merchant? I believe I see thy reasoning. Kalzal should be remembered not as the blasphemy which terrorized Thavnair, but as a hard-working and generous man who brought much wealth to our shores. Do any among you object to this proposition? Many here lost loved ones to the beasts.
In that time of strife, any one of us could have broken. Any one of us may have been taken by despair. When I think of Kalzal, I feel no hatred. Only a stinging regret that we could not save him as well.
Well said.
Isn't that right, men?
Ain't that right?
This bodes well for that boy. Mirad, was it? Perhaps he can cut ties with that shady peddler.
Yeah.
Then let it be done. Henceforth, This initiative shall be known as the Kalzal Foundation. Nabdeen, thou art to assemble a patrol and ensure that no child in this city liveth in squalor.
Yeah. Be sure to come off a little more gentle than just big beefy guard.
Of our funds and make haste. Our citizens must not suffer a day more than is necessary.
Dragon and man, side by side in pursuit of a brighter morrow. Reminded of Ishgard.
Yeah. This is good. Very good. Bridging the Rift. The veteran Radiant wishes to share his gratitude.
Thank you for putting forth Kalzal's name. Those whose lives he enriched will take comfort in seeing his legacy honored. You will forgive me for not speaking sooner, but I bear a message from Archon Y'shtola. She asked that you meet her at the High Crucible at your earliest convenience. Understood. Thank you. Y'shtola must have finished her study of the Void Gate. Shall we hear what she has to say, then? I will go with you. I thought the Satrap would be too busy setting up the Foundation. My clerks have been the well-oiled cogs of this administration since before Ahuan assumed the office. They understand what needs to be done. And I am curious to learn what conclusions your Archon has reached concerning the gate's unique construction.
As you wish. Allow me to lead the way, Your Excellency. That looks well. Go here to the Aetheryte, the main Aetheryte. What's up, Y'shtola?
Right, here we all are.
You discovered something new.
I took a closer look at that device. I was able to determine how it keeps the Void Gate sealed, but not how it might instead be employed to expand the opening. For that, I would need to reference the technique developed by Vritra's alchemists, no records of which appear to have survived the intervening years.
It's been hundreds.
We know this, so why have you sent for us? Have you learned aught of value or not?
Patience, good sir. One must introduce the subject before launching into specifics. From what we understand, travel between worlds is accomplished by passing through the nebulous rift which exists between them. Picture, if you will, the moment you were called to the first.
Uh-huh.
You touched a focus of some kind to help the Exarch pinpoint your location. His summoning spell then channeled the energies of the Crystal Tower to begin your journey to his world.
Yup. Flashlight, and I was off in another world. Oh yeah,
The magics tore a hole in the wall separating source and shard, and cast you into the intervening nothingness. In that place, the laws of nature hold no sway.
Saw a bunch of memories pass by.
Yet even through this realm of temporal and spatial instability, you were borne safely to your destination in the first. The feat that guided you across such an unimaginable distance, both physical and metaphorical, was nothing short of a miracle.
Then what of the many Voidsent found in the source? Who guides them here, and how?
Yeah.
An excellent question. Though there are several methods by which the Void's denizens might intrude upon our world, the rituals of summoning are the most typical. For example, let us consider the Gargoyle, a creature of middling power.
I've fought them many times in that low-level dungeon.
To call upon such an entity, the prospective summoner must force open a void gate. The portal lasts but a moment and is relatively small, allowing only an imp or other lesser being to squeeze through with their physical body intact. Our more powerful gargoyle, however, is too large for that. Creating a gate big enough for him would require vast amounts of energy, far beyond the reserves of any one mortal practitioner. Instead, 'tis far more common to bring over only the entity's soul. We had a taste of that ourselves when a certain Exarch dragged us to the first.
Mm-hmm.
And just as our bodies remained in our world, the Voidsent's physical form is left behind in the 13th. Once at its destination, the summoned soul is granted a temporary shell to inhabit. In the Gargoyle's case, a stone effigy has proven a suitable vessel.
Wait. You said that Voidsent must be called here deliberately by someone in the source, reeled in like a fisherman with his catch.
Exactly. For a being to navigate the chaos of the rift, with or without form, there must needs be a guiding agent on the other side.
When the hordes poured forth from Alag's Great Gate, it was the technologists who drew them through.
Yeah.
Though to my knowledge, Planar fissures are, in essence, natural passages between our world and the void, which require no such guidance to traverse. Why is only the boundary between the source and the 13th so fragile? So much so that it often tears open of its own accord.
I believe solving that mystery is key to understanding travel between the source and its reflections.
If only Emmett Selk were here to ask.
And how do you intend to get your answers?
No. The danger is too great.
Perhaps. But what some call danger, others think of as adventure.
What are you thinking, Y'shtola?
Were you not listening to my tale? Never mind that the means to expand the gate has been lost to the ages. Even could you force the portal wide enough, you would be greeted by an army of murderous horrors the very instant you step through.
Yeah. I've been greeted by armies of
I
murderous
assure you,
horrors
I was
before.
most attentive. And I agree that to go alone would be certain death.
Yes. But a party of 4 or 8, perhaps.
But if I were to bring along one who has already braved the 13th and humbled the cloud of darkness, well, I imagine my chances would be much improved.
And if I were to bring along 2 to 6 of my friends as well, so much for taking it easy.
Since when were you one for the quiet life? Once again, I put my life in your ever-reliable hands.
Oh, this is a full-on raid.
That said, as much as I would like to march straight back to the Void Gate, there is the small matter of being unable to open it without the Satrap's personal authority.
Glancing at the Satrap.
As I've said before, I will grant you and yours any boon you choose to name, provided it does not endanger my people.
You have my word that we will take every precaution. Not a single Voidsent will be allowed to threaten Radzatan, assuming we manage to expand the portal in the first place.
You have a plan.
Actually, I had hoped you might help us with that. I presume the alchemists you retained supplied you with some explanation of their methodology.
That they did. House Daymir was overseeing the project.
Daymir. Ah, yes. The family associated with the Great Work.
The Great Work, of course. Everyone knows the Great Work.
I did not fully comprehend the theory, but their research began with a Voidsent which had slipped through the fissure. After a thorough examination, they created an arcane simulacrum possessed of similar qualities. A man-made Voidsent, if you will. It was apparently indispensable in their efforts to enlarge the gate.
Huh.
A man-made Voidsent?
Yes. Being great admirers of the Archons, House Daymir submitted detailed notes to Sharlane's official committee. They expected praise and accolades for their simulacrum, and were thus devastated to be informed that their work had been classified as prohibited material.
Of course.
If that's true, then those notes might still be stored in a forbidden archive somewhere. Not Google, of course, since that library had yet to be built. Which leaves us with...
With the restricted section of Numenhan? With Gra's favorite place to sneak around?
Indeed. Numenon's restricted stacks may very well hold a copy. In which case, I say we head directly to Charlian.
All these conversation options of just poking fun at all my
Unless
friends.
you anticipate needing help to reach the high shelves, I see myself being of little use. Go on ahead. I still need to find Mirad and tell him about the Kalzal Foundation.
Let us be on our way as well.
Off we go.
They are resolved to venture into the void. Do I sit idly by?
A good question. Old Charlian. Bridging the rift. Ishtala.
If we're to enter Numenon's restricted archives with a minimum of fuss, then we must secure the permission of the Forum. First, however, we shall need to enlist the cooperation of a member to broach the matter on our behalf. Who do you think might be inclined to assist us? No one springs to mind? What of Scarlock Montechane? He did come to Graha's defense during the inquiry, after all. 'Tis settled. Let us head to Numenon and see if he's willing to help us once more.
Ishtola is now accompanying you, and we're going to explain how accompanying works for the 12th time.
Come, Ishtola.
We go to the studio.
I apprenticed to Master Matoya at the age of 7 and labored under her tutelage for a full decade. Never had the chance to attend the studium. Neither did Thancred, as I recall. Soon after Master Louis Soir took him in off the streets, he was put in the care of another Archon. His was a rigorous and practical education in the arts of espionage and survival. Sometimes I wonder what my life might have been like had I pursued studies here instead.
Should I wonder as well?
Oh, never mind me. 'Twas just an idle thought.
Sir Montechane!
We want to go to Numenon.
Our visitors, and quite esteemed ones at that. What may I do for you?
Pray forgive the intrusion, Scarlock, but we were hoping you might help us secure permission to enter Nomanon's restricted archives.
Oh! No furtive forays into the stacks this time, eh? I applaud this newfound sense of propriety. Yet in all this wide world of comparative serenity, what so compels you to disturb a vault of forbidden wisdom?
We're going to the void. Carefully, we will go to the void carefully and attempt to survey it.
Fascinating. I had no idea such a technique existed.
I would have been surprised if you had. If my assumption is correct, the research left behind by House Daemir has lain dormant in Charlene's archives for many centuries.
And if you unearth this research, what then? Surely you don't intend to cross over into the void?
That is, in fact, precisely what we intend.
To what end, pray tell?
To develop a method of traversing the rifts, for one, that I might keep my word to a distant friend. Sentiment aside, I have journeyed to the end of existence. I have heard, felt, and thought endlessly about the truth of our world and the echo of its future, and yet I want to understand everything, to unravel it all down to its very last secret. What scholar worthy of the name wouldn't force open a void gate or two if a grand revelation was the promised reward?
Marvelous! An audacious proposal worthy of Master Matoya herself. And after hearing the whys and the wherefores, I, for one, do not believe you would use the knowledge for ill. I see no reason not to present your request to the forum's consideration.
Smile.
Although, your petition would be better received if you also had the support of another well-placed acquaintance. Why, Master Fortuno, of course. He can hardly ignore an earnest request from his dear children's most treasured comrades.
I was hesitant to approach him directly, but there is no denying that having Master Fortuno on our side would tip the balance in our favor. Very well. We will pay a visit to the Levier estate and plead our case.
One last thing before you go. I would consider it a personal favor if you might share with me the discoveries you make in the void. My appetite for knowledge is every bit as insatiable as yours, I'd wager. So if you could see your way to indulging an old man's curiosity.
Of course, Skolak. We will be sure to pass on any revelations.
But of course, dear Skolak.
And all the way to the Levier estate. Carefully we'll go down. Yeah, carefully. We will take every precaution. Interesting, there's no talking points along the way. Bridging the rift. butler, good sir. I would like admittance, or at least an audience.
Ah, Mistress Genosia, Mistress D'Stola, how may I be of service?
We've come to speak with Master Fortuner. Is he home by any chance?
Yes, the master is in residence. I shall inform him that he has guests.
You do that.
Well, well. Emilians would invite you inside for tea, but I assume this is not a social visit. You have some matter of import to discuss.
Yep.
Then pray proceed. You have my full attention.
We would like to go to the Void, and in order to do that, we need some information from the restricted section.
Well, I suppose I should praise you for following the proper protocols this time around.
Scarlac Monteshane expressed much the same sentiment, I assure you. We'll not attempt to circumvent the Forum's authority again, unless it is absolutely necessary, of course.
Of course. You do understand that the restricted archives are restricted for good reason, yes? If no pressing need exists, then why risk the consequences of employing this forbidden knowledge?
For a brother who misses his sister. She was his guardian and his friend, a selfless hero who crossed the rift between worlds to save her homeland from horror and suffering. But the brother has given up on thoughts of reunion. He spends his efforts elsewhere, watching over a people yet healing from the flames of the final days, loyal to his duty while betraying the longing in his heart. 'Tis no vital mission, perhaps, reuniting these siblings, but it feels a worthy cause to pursue all the same. As one who feared losing his own loved ones, and spent years in search to prevent it, surely you appreciate how painful such a separation must be.
Reflections are still very much a mystery to us. Offering to share your experiences in the first should constitute a fair exchange for our corporation.
Smile. Smile.
Do not celebrate just yet. The forum must still be convened. I will add your request to the list of today's deliberations and deliver the decision to you at the Baldesion Annex.
Much appreciated. To the Baldesion Annex, then. Running all over Charlian. And once again, no talking points. Curious. Oh, look! A bench to sit on. Though there is a mysterious maiden. Wait, actually, there's a locked box here. The box is locked tight. Off I go. To the Baldesion Annex. Ba, ba, ba. Ba, ba, ba.
So, what did the forum decide?
To put it bluntly, Master Matoya, to put it bluntly, Master Matoya has burned some bridges here in Sharlayan, and salted the earth for good measure. When it became clear that her student was the petitioner in question, well, no few members voiced their discontent. Then the chamber was reminded, in no uncertain terms, I might add, of the incredible debt we owe to you and your companions. That served to silence the grumbles and stiffen a few spines, and it was agreed that allowing you entry to the archives was the least we could do in return.
That is wonderful news. Thank you both for speaking on our behalf.
Yes, well, as I'm sure you are aware, this permission was not extended lightly. Forbidden knowledge is to be treated with the utmost caution, and there will be repercussions if it is not. I wish you well in your endeavor, and bid you good day.
Many thanks.
Ever the same, that one.
Uncompromising? Aye. But that very stoicism is exactly what Sharlayan needed to guide it through not one, but 2 exoduses. That went rather well, I think. As a child, I dreamed up any number of schemes for getting my hands on those forbidden tomes. And now I can simply walk in through the door. Our focus will be on finding House Damir's research notes, of course, but the thought of so much knowledge at my disposal has me feeling a little giddy.
Well,
that leaves only 3 quests left in 6.1. We've done 7 quests, including a dungeon. That's not bad. That means there's only 40 left. Going at a pretty good pace. If we continued at this pace of 7 quests per stream, it would only take, it says 5.7, it would call it 6 streams, and just take a look at my calendar. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 quests currently, or 4 quests, 4 streams currently available. Though, on the 22nd, I may have more time to stream, and could stream even longer, and perhaps do 14 quests in a day. That would be something. And maybe I might be able to do a stream on the 20th as well. Actually, hang on. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. I'll do as many as I can. I gotta chug through these quests before Dawn Trail releases. That's the goal. But anyways, we'll have to call it for today. Managed to get through a lot, which is good. So, next stream, Saturday. It's gonna have to start a little earlier, so I can, because I got something else going on at 4 on Saturday, so I'll have to end by 3 o'clock. Gotta end the stream by 3 o'clock, so I'll try to start it a bit earlier so that we can have a little more time to again chug through a bunch of quests. Alright. At any rate, be kind to yourself, have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you next mission. Bye-bye!